Welcome to the Fallen State. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Today we're talking about the state of Black Americans and the Black family. I have with me Brother Polight. He's an author of 90 books, as well as a motivated speaker and celebrity mentor. He's joined by his two wives, Ra'et and Amunet.
Correct.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks
Two
for
wives,
having us.
that's amazing. So you have, how many wives do you have?
I have 4.
You have 4 wives. And so you are a polygamist?
Yeah,
Define that for me.
a construct in which there's a male and several female counterparts engaged in a relationship.
How many females are allowed to be involved?
It's indefinite, but of course, I get the consent from the females.
So you say, you wake up one morning, you know what, honey, I think I want another one.
no.
That wouldn't work.
How do you get the consent? How does that happen?
Well, there has to be a necessity for another female to be part because it's economically structured. So when we want to embark upon a new endeavor that can make all of us the benefactors, that'd be the thing that would commence the operation.
Give me an example of a situation that requires number 2 wife.
Well, this is the first wife that got involved with this relationship. I've been with Amunet for 19 years. We've been together since 12, 13 years old.
That's amazing.
And so,
since you've been 12?
Yes.
Wow.
As we grow and we develop, we began to understand more about economics, and we wasn't really left with any inherited wealth. And considering that wealth really begins at $150,000 a year, and the threshold for poverty for a family of 4 is about $32,000 a year, and for an individual is about $15,000 a year, neither her and I combined would get us anywhere near the point of being able to amass real wealth. And so we used the polygynous construct as a catalyst to embark upon those type of endeavors. So we opened up a bookstore and we needed assistance. And so when I presented the idea to Ra'et, whom we knew for a period of time because she used to come to the bookstore, we then found out where we can establish some kind of reciprocity or something that could be mutually beneficial for her and for us.
Were you surprised when here you are in the bookstore and the owner walks over to you and says, hey, I'm looking for a second wife, what do you think? Were you surprised?
That isn't exactly how it happened, but yes, I was.
So
it's not something that you're exposed to.
Right, that's right.
Initially, like we don't learn this in school.
Right. And so what was your first impression, your first thought when you asked it?
The first thought I actually had was, I was just like, does she know?
Right.
That was my first thought, which is natural because
that's right.
When I started coming, I was really young, so I actually looked.
How old were you at the time?
I was like 17.
Oh, okay.
I was 16, 17. My mother used to go to the bookstore. And so I seen them two together and I was just like really happy for them. She was pregnant and she looked gorgeous. Like she just was this dark African looking queen with her afro, you know, and I was just like, wow, you know, so that was the first thought I had. I was just like, does she know, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much the first thought.
And then so he says, yes, she knows. And you say, okay, let's talk, the 3 of you? Or did you just bring her home?
No.
Oh, what we did, we all talked. I, of course, got permission from my wife, Amunet, to engage her and present the idea to her. And then we all eventually talked after I spoke to her, and we had a meeting.
Are you guys like legally married or you just say wife?
Oh, of course, bigamy is against the law, but I have contracts with each of my wives.
With the wife, okay. Were you surprised when your wife said yes to a second wife?
No, I wasn't surprised. What I would say is I would be surprised some years prior.
Right.
Because that definitely wouldn't have been her disposition.
So you meet her and then what happened in your mind? You're like, this is a good one to be with?
Well, actually, yes, because like they mentioned, she has been coming around to the bookstore for years before we even consider her as a co-wife. So it's not like, you know, a random person off the street. Like I've actually seen her, I've seen her family.
Right.
You know, we're pretty much on the same path. So I said, this would be a good sister.
How was Brother Polight able to convince you to do this?
Wow, good choice of words. Like, for me, I thought more of the future. And as they mentioned, I was conceiving at the time. So I know I didn't have both parents. There are things that I was lacking growing up. And I wanted more. No, I wanted more for my child.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I can see how I can benefit, because I also wanted to educate my child. So I was able to homeschool. My child was able to see both parents, and she was able to grow into inherited wealth, because we already erected our own businesses. So I said, you know, it's different, but I'm willing to give it a try. And he showed me results. Like, I've seen results, and she was very positive. Right? It was very positive. We was on the same path, like mentally as well.
Oh, okay.
And we all wanted more for each other.
Right.
So I said, okay.
That's amazing. And so, were you raised by both parents?
Nah, my father walked out at age 8, and I met my mother when I turned 17. She died the week I met her.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
From cancer and diabetes.
And how about you? Were you raised by both parents?
No.
No.
My father left when I was young. I don't remember what he looks like. But I had a stepfather.
Women don't normally like each other. And so how do you ladies deal with each other? Because you know how women are, right?
Right, yeah. I'm a woman, right?
Right. So how do you guys deal with each other when that thing comes up?
Okay, well, it's like this. Siblings, right? They all don't get along. Like, if it's something personal, like, say Rhett and I, like, I'll go to her, or she'll come to me, and like, we'll sit down and we'll build. But the main thing, we normally just have everyone out, children included, everyone speak their mind. This is what's bothering me. How can we fix the situation?
And you feel the same way about it? That's how you work it out?
Yeah, pretty much. So we all know, like, females can be very catty.
Yeah.
We know that that can come into play, or the ego. And so it's really just bearing in mind what we started this for.
Right.
And also knowing a person, because when you get to know a person, then you understand that they're no longer your enemy. You don't have to actually compete against them, you know, because you're for them and they're for you. So it just makes it easier when things like that come along.
And so when he brought in the next two, all three of you got together and discussed the same
That's
process.
usually how it is. And ultimately, before that even happens, we'll get a feel of the female. Because everyone is inherently good and has inherently bad in them too. It's a choice.
Right.
So it's really vibing with the female itself, because honestly, he may be the center of the relationship.
Right.
But if the females are not in a cohesive unit, if they're not communicating and they're not for it, it's not gonna work.
That's true.
It's really not gonna work.
Do you have children for him?
No, I don't have any children.
How many do you have?
I have one, a
You just
girl.
have one. So is there only one child?
No.
There's 3 children.
Oh, so the other 2 wives have some?
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing, man, that you got 4 wives. So I'm looking at the video last night. All you guys are pretty. You choose pretty women, too. I noticed that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I was thinking, I was watching the video,
Yes.
you know, so I can get some idea of what's going on. How do you have sex with all of them? And how do you,
I knew that was gonna come. Everyone asks.
and how do you
He had to
feel?
warm it up, you know, loosen it up.
Because I'm thinking, this is a lot of work, and sex wears you down after a while,
This
right?
is true.
And so how do you have sex with 4 women? Do you make dates, or how do you do it?
We're not too mechanical about it. So every business is a person that has to be nurtured. And even in monogamous relationships, people make it their business to engage each other instead of create something effectively in terms of commerce. So where there's idle time, so to speak, there's devil time. The women have their own prospective businesses. It keeps them pretty much busy, keeps me busy, my own business, and then the business that we create together as 2, and then the business we create together as a whole.
So you have sex every day, or 4 days a week, so you have 4 wives?
I don't have sex every day. In fact, I think I have less sex than single men and monogamous men.
So when you get ready to have sex with the other one, do you confront your wife and let her know, I'm going to have sex with
Oh, no, I
this
don't
one
do that.
today? Do you mind?
No.
Do all you guys sleep together in the same bed?
No, we don't.
Oh, so how do you decide to have sex without your wife having a problem with it?
I don't make the decisions over who has a problem, but if there's any point of contention, it would just have to be addressed amongst the wife that has the issue.
Oh,
and
I
then
see.
I would have to properly address it. And we both have to be mature about the situation. So jealousy is a human emotion. It may happen from time to time, but as long as it doesn't preoccupy our ideas and saturate our thoughts, we get through.
When you know that he's in there having sex with one of the other wives, what are you thinking?
Well, I don't always know when he's having sex.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't know when he's having sex with other.
Are there like 4 bedrooms in the house?
Yeah, well, we have pretty big homes, but
Oh,
each
okay.
wife has their own space
Like I'm
as
always,
well.
so I'm not gonna be always around when he's having sex
Yeah.
with one of the other females.
We'll
Oh,
try to
you know.
be as conservative as
But if
possible.
it happens, it's just like, okay, well, turn up the music or I'm doing something else. It's not, it doesn't honestly bother me. Like if most females, it probably would.
Yeah,
Of course.
without a doubt.
But it doesn't honestly bother me. Like I know in reality, and I don't want to put out a negative perspective.
Right.
So I'm not, dogging on men. But I know
Uh-oh.
that there are previous, I know that, that there are certain relationships or men that will do it without the female's knowledge.
Right. Yes.
And a lot of times it happens. Should that be a reason why a female should be polygamous? No, it's not a reason. It's not a reason why you should get into it. But it happens.
And so when you're sitting there doing it, you just wash dishes?
Like I said, we work to be conservative and respectful and consider other people's emotions. But it's a human process. Consistency does a lot for a relationship. Like we really know each other at a certain point.
Do you
so
love these
there's
ladies?
trust there. I definitely do.
You love all of them?
I definitely do.
Do you love them in the same manner, equally?
That's always an interesting question because as a parent, if I were to ask another parent, do you love that son more than the other son? People would say, don't do that, that's wrong. But with the wives, they always want to
Yeah,
know,
that's a
do
good
you love
question.
one wife more
But
than the other?
everyone is different, so each.
I can never love each wife the same way, but I love them all.
Who do you love the most?
I have no idea. I love things about each woman that the other woman may not necessarily have in our chemistry.
Which one is the meanest? Number 1, 2, 3, or 4? I got a feeling number 2.
Obviously, I was just smacked, so.
I'm not the meanest.
You're not-
No.
You look like I have a sister who
I'm
look
not
like
the
you. And
meanest.
she's so mean.
The phenotype will let you know. It's 2-1 right now.
No.
I didn't even answer, but you could see.
You looked over here.
I just wanted to see your face. It's showing, it's revealing, so.
Which one you say is the meanest of the wives?
Huh?
See, she looked at you too.
Once you know how a person is,
Yeah.
then you just let them be, because.
She's annoying.
I can be very annoying. Thank you.
We all have our days, but.
Are you allowed to have another boyfriend or husband if you wanted to?
I don't want one, but in the polygamous relationship, that's not how it's constructed.
Oh, it's not?
No.
So if they say, you know what, I need a second man here, what would you say?
I would give my support, but it would be outside the auspice of this particular relationship.
Meaning that you would break up with him?
It would be now polyandrous
Meaning
if
if
they
you
did that.
wanted another man, we wouldn't be here.
Oh, I see.
Exactly.
Because this is a polygynous relationship. So just like there's a monogamous relationship, I wouldn't go to a man and a woman and say, can your boyfriend get another girlfriend? They'll look at me and say, this is a monogamous relationship. This is the rules of engagement for this particular relationship. This is how we both feel about
Oh,
the
I see
world.
what you're saying. That's amazing, man. So let me ask, like for you, does it help your ego to have these many beautiful women in one household?
Naturally, it does.
I'm the man.
I wake up saying it many times.
I bet.